En esta segunda entrega les presentamos otros cuentos para escuchar. Espero que los disfruten y será hasta la próxima. Adiós.
The king is hunting in the forest. He is tired and he stopped at the miller house. He wants to sleep there. My house is your house, your majesty. You know I got a beautiful daughter and she has been trying to gold. The next day, the miller takes his daughter to the castle. The king takes the girl to a room. There is a lot of drum and spinning wheel in the room. Can you really spin trying to gold? There is all for you. A small big gold by tomorrow. Yes, your majesty. The king locks the door and leaves the girls inside the carrot. Oh, what am I going to do? I can spin straw into gold. The hour passed. The girl is crying. Suddenly, the doors open. A little man with a beard and a funny hat comes in. Hello, what are you crying? Oh, little man, I have to turn all this straw into gold by tomorrow, but I can do it. Don't cry, I can help you. But how are you going to pay me for my work? You can have my necklace. The next morning, the king sees the gold and he's very happy, but he wants more gold, so he takes the girl to a bigger room. The room is full of straw too.
The Fox and the Crow. Once a hungry crow got a piece of bread. She flew with it to a tree. She was about to eat the bread. Soon a fox came there. He wanted to get that piece of bread. The cunning fox said, "Oh, my dear crow, how beautiful you are. Surely you have a sweet voice. Can you please sing a song for me?" The crow felt proud of hearing this. She opened the mouth to sing. Let the piece of bread fell down. The fox picked it up. He launched at the crow and walked away. Finish the chapter.
The Ugly Duckling. Once upon a time on an old farm lived duck family. The mother duck is sitting on the new egg, but on one egg was bigger. One morning the eggs hatched and one of the duck was different and ugly. The poor ugly duckling became more and more unhappy. His brother didn't want to play with him. All of the laughed at him. He felt sad and lonely. One day at sunrise, he ran away from the farm. The winter began and he saw the flight of swans going to the north. When the spring arrived, the ugly duckling had changed. Now he was beautiful and white, but he still was sad. He saw the swans rise north again. When the duck saw he realized he was one of their king and son made friends. Now we swam majestically with his friend and friend. He was so happy.
Tired of always being the villain of the story, Mr. Wolf got up one morning ready to give up his job. He put on his best suit, had a good shave, and went off to the employment office for children's stories characters. At the office there was a great fuss going on. Puss in Boots had tried to jump the queue and pass in front of Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother, and the witch in Snow White was so furious. that she had turned him into a mouse. "Such disrespect for your elders!" she shouted angrily. The office staff took more than a half an hour to convince the witch to turn Puss in Boots back to normal, so that is why there was so much delay that morning. When they finally shouted out his name, the wolf, dragging his feet, sat down at the office worker's desk. "How can I help you, Mr. Wolf? Have you had any delays with your salary this month?" "No, no problem at all with that. The problem is with the job itself. I am tired of being the villain of the stories, of the children being afraid of me, of all the other characters laughing at me when I end up burned, with my stomach full of stones, or shot by the hunter. Either you turn me into a hero or I quit my job. But we can't do that. For heroes we have already a lot of princes. But that is also very boring. Haven't you heard them? They are fed up with having to be the daintiest ones, always in need to be saved. Times are changing, sir. You should all know this once and for all." But however much Mr. Wolf tried to convince the officer, he got nowhere. So he left the office angrily, ready to never ever work again. And this was how the stories ended without a villain. The three little piglets stared with nostalgia at their new brick house with a chimney. Little Red Riding Hood was disappointed with her grandmother because she didn't have either big eyes or big nose or mouth. The 7 little goats waited bored out of their minds for their mother to come back home. Peter did not scare anyone when he shouted, "Here comes the wolf," because they all knew that Mr. Wolf had gone forever. But the worst thing was that without Mr. Wolf, the stories stopped being funny, and the children were getting so bored that they stopped reading. At the employment office of children's stories, all the characters were so worried that they decided to have a meeting to try to find a solution. "If children start reading, we will soon all disappear. We need to convince Mr. Wolf to return to his job as the villain of the story. We have to promise him that we will not laugh at him again. We need him." So they all went to visit him. When Mr. Wolf saw all the characters wanting him to return, he was very touched. "Okay," said Mr. Wolf, "I see that I have no choice but to accept my role as the villain of the stories. But to return to children's literature, I need a favor from all of you. I want all the children to know that in my free time I do not go around eating grandmothers or little goats or piglets." "But how can we do this?" they all asked at once. "I know about a blog on children's literature that I'm sure they will be interested on this story," exclaimed the rabbit without ears enthusiastically. And this is how the story of why Mr. Wolf didn't want to be a villain of the story came to us.
Sam the Big Bad Cat. Tom had a big bad cat called Sam. One day Sam didn't feel good. Tom said, "I'll take you to the vet." Sam didn't want to go. She ran away and hid under her bed. Sam hid under the table. Sam hid in the carbon. Sam hid in the shower. Tom food and said, "I don't feel good. I'm going to the bed." Sam was feeling and was better.
Hasta aquí llegó nuestra segunda entrega de estos audiocuentos y en la próxima continuamos con más cuentos para ustedes. Hasta luego.